In the quiet, tense aftermath of Lucian, Cognose's fall at the hands of the Mighty Nine, the misshapen body of Lucian collapsed to the ground, the body ripped open from face to sternum, nearly in half, tumbled to the ground and folded over itself. The remaining eyes of the Somnavum gone. In that quiet, you hear whispers in your mind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dozens, hundreds, thousands of voices saying thank you. And you watch as these motes of light begin to drift out of the walls of the surrounding space and float up and out. The individual spirits, minds, souls of every Eorian trapped and suffering for over 1,000 years finally left to rest. As that happens, the red glaring eyes upon your bodies also begin to fade, as the will that had tethered itself to you, ever hungry, was now gone. But in this moment, you also acknowledge that one of you has been lost. Caleb Widogast is lifeless on the ground.
I run over and cast Gentle Repose just to hold.
I run over next to Caduceus. We can do this together.
We can do this.
Caleb, you're gonna be okay.
I'm going to help.
Whatever.
Bring RT down and set him on Caleb's stomach. Be like, come on, man. You missed the whole fight. You gotta be here for Caleb.
As soon as you put your hands down, a second pair of hands, or now it would be a third pair of hands with you there, rests on top of both of yours as the green familiar cloak of Artagan, the Traveler, now meets the two of you atop your fallen friend. Says, terribly sorry, I tried. These minds were keeping me at bay. My apologies. Let us try them. As all of your hands together press down, and as you pull your hands back, Caleb's chest expands with them, and breath enters his lungs once more.
Welcome back, Mr. Caleb.
You're okay.
Is it over?
Yeah.
I think so.
You did it. We did it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The voices just continue, this cavalcade, non-stop around you.
I reach over and I grab Yasha's hand. And just grab her by the face and kiss her.
I kiss her back. I kiss her in each spot where the eyes were.
And then I just slowly turn and look at the Lucian's body.
Same.
Just kind of still holding her hand, start to walk over. Yeah.
I'm gonna crawl over and look at his body.
The eyes are gone, and the swollen form seems to have diminished somewhat, the power having evacuated. Still the lower half in the creature's form, and just the whole thing has fallen there.
Oh.
Oh, so it's...
Is there a way to
Get him out.
get him out? Yeah.
Get who out?
I limp over, look over just her shoulder at the body.
Pulling back, and you yank it where the flesh tethers are on the midsection of Lucian's body, and tears some of it away, and you can see it tears some of the skin. As you pull back some of the tendon connections, you do see beneath it, the body continues, layered within this fleshy exterior.
I just start rage ripping
I
off
help
the...
her.
You begin to pull and tear. It will take a while doing this with your hands. And within a few minutes of your fingers beginning to bloody from the process of trying to rip extremely strong tendons and musculature, you see more and more of the body within. Not fully merged, just covered by whatever had connected with him in the city, in the Somnavum. But Lucian, the legs do continue within, if you wish to continue.
Get him out of there.
Yeah. I just keep going.
Yeah, I pull out just a knife. I just start helping chop away that
With
wood.
your knife, it makes it a little easier. Between the two of you, over the next 5 or so minutes, you eventually cut enough free where you begin to grab his torso and pull, and as you do, Lucian comes free from the seating within the swollen base. Bloody, naked, still heavy gash in the front, lifeless. Unfortunately, it does not look like the four-leaf clover has survived the journey. You frantically begin to scout about the environment. When you saw Lucian enter the chamber when you were talking to the Somnavum, where you had the cluster of the Intuit charges, you saw a bag on the ground.
Right.
And you glance over and look in that direction, and the landscape has shifted and has changed.
I run over and frantically start trying to search. I remember he had a bag with the Intuit charges, and it was over here, but it may have been lost.
Close my eyes, and I'm going to imagine the bag emerging from the wall.
And as you're concentrating, Ford, you glance over in the space where you swear you looked before, and you see, almost ejected out of the dying flesh of the city, your bag of holding.
Slide! I reach in and try and pull out the cloven crystal.
You pull your hand out, and you sense the cold, familiar, spherical shape
I put it
of
back
the
in.
third and final key.
I put it back in, I close the bag, I walk over to Jester, and I just wrap my arms around her. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to stumble over by the body and pull out my transmutus stone and place it on his chest and look around at everyone here. Why did we come this far if not for this?
Are we sure it won't bring Lucian back?
Some of them is gone. If he is still twisted, he will be alone. And we will be able to handle him. But what if? Why did we go so far and fight so hard? We would do this for any one of us.
Yes, of course. I think he's still in there.
I know he is.
You don't think that he's one of these golden motes of light that's being released?
Are you sure this is even wise to attempt?
Once you're a member of the Mighty Nine, you're in. You should know that by now.
He's right. And right now, there's only 8 of us.
Do either of you two good folk have any diamonds left?
I do.
Are
How
we
much do
gonna
you
do
need?
this here?
Yeah.
We do this at home.
No, now. On his navel, please.
The big one.
Yeah. Caleb is going to set his hands on the transmuter stone, which is as big as an ostrich egg. And think of all the time and energy that went into making him able to destroy and tear down. And how good it feels to subvert that and turn it and use it to build and restore and heal. And I begin to summon up every ounce of learning and ability and skill and inspiration and imagination I have and channel it into the stone. And fill it with the shared connection that everyone here has. And try to summon our friend back from the beyond.
I just place my hand down on top of his.
I release a hand and put it on the shoulder for old time's sake.
The stone immediately begins to crack, and from within those exposed interior bits, a warm, light blue light begins to drift out across the sundered body of Lucian. The light begins to envelop the body. And there's a brief, tiny little light in the cold eyes that's been snagged.
Don't you still want to see Gustav now that you've paid off his debt?
We're all circus people. We all have our issues.
You arrogant bastard. You died to save these people. You're not going to kill them now.
Still have to spend those drink tokens at the Blushing Tankard. In Hupperduke. You owe me a drink.
Molly, I've never forgiven myself for not being there when you died. I wish I could have saved you. I wish I could have done something.
Please, don't give up. You can find your own life again. There will be time for that later.
This is a really good costume you've got going on, Molly. But nothing will ever be as good as your egg dick.
You're killing her. You're killing her. You love her. You're killing her.
I know you're in there, Molly. We love you so much and we want you back. Lucian doesn't deserve you.
The ritual has begun. Who would be the first?
What do I do?
Ladies,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, I gotta think.
Just talk to him. Just
I still.
bring your memories to him.
I take out his jacket and smell it, and I sort of lay it over him, and I get really close and sort of kneel by his face. Please come back to us. I've missed you so much. I don't really know what to say or how you're supposed to do this, but all I want is for you to be here right now and be whole. I just lean down and give him a kiss on the cheek.
As you pull away from kissing the cheek, the blue glow around the body As the magic begins to set in, you see the two slightly offset sides come together, and the wound becomes just a line. Who wants to make the next offering?
I will step up. I'm gonna pull out the tarot card deck. And I'm gonna kneel down. If you're at his head, I'll kneel down on his left-hand side and face him, and I'm gonna say, so I took the cards, and I've added a few to it. And I think you're going to be super impressed with everything I've been doing. But I still need you here to teach me everything because I'm kind of bullshitting, Molly. I don't really know what I'm doing, so... if you could, come back and be my sensei, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
The blue light pulses and glows. The spell is still in effect. Would you like to make the last offering?
Third time is the charm. Empty no longer, Mr. Tea Leaf.
I step up and I say, we couldn't save you the first time. We weren't strong enough. And that's not true any longer. And I take off the belt around my hands and I lay one that I ripped and put over his third eye, and I take the second one and I just wad it and hold it against his heart, pressing what blood is left in there into the surface of his skin. And I say, it's time to remind me of how much of an asshole I am. Just holding the belt tightly to his body.
As the light gathers around the body, the magic attempting to reach out into whatever space holds the souls here in the astral sea, as so many go scattering outward now, to search for one, a fragment of one, or is it a whole one? If souls can grow from but a piece, to try and reverse the trajectory of that one, if it is indeed available. The magic feels like it finds something, but maybe it's because it's just a fragment of the spirit. It's not strong enough to bring it back. It's not strong enough magic. And as the light fades, the body is restored. The wounds are cleaned. And there before you is the body you remember as Malimok Tea Leaf. Sans the red eyes, of course. But the spirit did not return.
He's lifeless.
He is.
But we know it's him.
At least we let him.
You know it's his body.
I lean down, kiss him on the forehead where he kissed me a long time ago, and push the sweaty hair out of his face. You are frustrating, but we will miss you.
Essa gets up in a huff. Walks about 20 feet away.
There's nothing else to do. Caleb.
tried.
Well, we can't leave him here.
No.
No. I mean, there's a hill next to a road that he should be buried at.
Or
Something even better.
I think I can do something better. If that's all right.
Here or later?
You can come home with me.
Yeah. His name was Molly Mock Tea Leaf. I mean, he's asking to be turned into dead people tea.
Would probably be very strong stuff.
I'm glad he's not trapped in Lucian anymore.
No.
And he had a second fight. He helped us along the way.
He did.
You might not have been able to do it without him.
Let's find the prettiest place in the blooming grove.
Everywhere is the prettiest place in the blooming grove. It'll be.
I start to place pieces of amber around his body.
Are you putting him inside?
Yeah, yes. We give him a better.
Before he goes in, what do we do with the city?
Looking about the chamber, you can see the color is graying. The pinks and reds and purples and browns and oranges have all just begun to leave pale.
Hopefully the city will die and rot away.
I'm just going to start doing a little walk and start just letting the decomposition flow out of my hands and just slowly bring the city to a close.
Fungus, moss, all sorts of life that hasn't existed within this city since it found itself here begins to take hold and root. And you know in time it'll spread.
I'll walk over to Essek and just quietly ask him, "Are you all right?"
It's not fair. It's not fair.
No.
We've all come so far. It's just not fair.
It barely is. You did more for us and for him than most anyone we know.
I spent my entire life studying the intent to not let things like this happen to chance. It can't be it, can it?
I don't know. But if you were to ask my wise friend Caduceus, I'm sure he would tell you that life continues on. It changes, it evolves, and it grows. I don't think there's an end. You just might not be able to see the next trip. But you have more time. You have more time to study. You have a talent that I don't understand. Use that anger, that frustration. Let it fuel you. If you have any regret or grief over what you've done in your life, I see nothing but good, and nothing but an opportunity for you to turn it around. You've shown me all I need to see.
Did you all hear those thank yous?
Yes?
It's a long time to be trapped.
Very long time. This wasn't a waste.
Oh, no.
We may be heroes that no one knows about. But we know.
God, you're right.
I know it was a hard-fought victory, but it still feels like we lost.
Essek walks up to you. Caleb Utugast. Have you ever accepted defeat?
Maybe today for the first time. Or, a change in direction anyway.
What are you thinking, Essek?
I don't know. I just wish there was more I could do. Anyone could do. Unfortunately, this type of magic is beyond my purview.
In the corner cast divine intervention. I'm just sort of curious. Whatever it was, just put it back. I think they've earned it. Put it back.
All the fungus and moss that has grown through the decomposition, more plants begin to grow as well. Vines and flowers and roots and ferns begin to bloom and blossom out of the ground surrounding his body. Begin to encase it in a way that's oddly familiar to one of you. You feel in this place of cold stillness, of death and vacancy, a warm breeze that smells sweet, with hints of ocean. The green turns to brown and pulls away. Your eyes open for the first time.
Bolts up and runs.
Wait, no! I
And-
chase after.
Stops.
Empty. 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 Empty.
Molly. Molly Mock tea leaf.
Empty.
No.
Love. Love.
Magician. Tinker.
And turn myself into a goblin.
I jump back.
Joy.
I go up and I hug him.
see rumor. Just looks at the other two. Empty.
And he goes and lies down.
Molly. Do you want some clothes?
Or a jacket?
Joy.
I'll get out my paintbrushes and I'll start painting him his old outfit and give him some really flamboyant, flourishy clothes. I don't need to give you a coat, though. We have that for you.
Caleb simultaneously pulls Veth into sort of a shoulder hug low on the left and rings an arm around Essex's neck to the right and pulls them both in close. And just watches the group descend on Mollymock.
Amyasha.
Love.
And I go over and give a big hug.
I give the biggest hug back.
Love.
I look a little different, but everything else is still kind of the same. Except I fell in love.
Beauregard.
Empty.
Molly. Unless I guess you feel like you want to change it, now's a good time.
You might need a new moniker.
Empty. Home?
Yeah, we can go home. This is not home. I go over to Caduceus.
I didn't think that would work.
How did you do that?
I asked politely.
You're amazing.
Anybody can do it. It's really...
I can't. I tried.
I don't know, give him some time.
Yeah.
But...
I give Caduceus a big kiss on the cheek.
Oh.
You did it.
Oh. Everybody did it. This is... I'm so tired.
Yeah. We should go home.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know if we have control over it.
We do.
We do?
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Where can we go?
How can we go?
Plane shift if Caduceus has it prepared.
Your house? Nicodranas?
Oh,
Oh, we shouldn't go back to your house.
the gentleman?
I also saved my reserves, so wherever we go,
We can get somewhere else.
we can gather together, we can get somewhere else.
Have a
We
nice
can-
night in the tower.
Maybe the Blooming Grove.
That sounds nice.
I am
To bury.
at your service.
It's really beautiful,
It
though.
is.
Oh, with any luck, all of you will end up there one day. That would make me very happy.
Hey, Caduceus.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get to meet.
I was letting you all have your moment. Molly Mock, I guess Mr. Tea Leaf. Hello. How are you feeling? Empty? Yeah, he's as riveting as you all say.
Normally way more entertaining than this, I promise.
Just give it a few days.
I'll use minor image to create a little fruit salad and walk over.
I take Bowen for a big hug.
I just take a deep breath and breathe her in.
I kiss her on the top of her head.
Just kind of bury my head in her chest just a little.
Jester, do you want to quickly just draw a big dick here before we leave?
That's a really good idea. I'm just gonna paint it to make it look like a dick forever.
You coast, around it as an untethered free spirit of art and expression. And within a few moments, you have masterfully shaded it to look like a big old donger.
And then I'm going to, at the very top of it, draw a big Captain Tusktooth.
Essek actually walks up to you, Caduceus, as you're getting ready and says, "See, there's always a way."
I'm impressed.
No. If everyone has been impressed with this, it's me.
I think you have a bright future ahead of you.
Of course.
You did well. You take the blame. You should take the credit too.
I do. I'm glad I did it.
I think you're going to save a lot of people. You already have. I think you have a good life ahead of you.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and says, I hope you're all right.
And if not, I'm sure the rest of them will hunt you down, and that'll be the end of that, but...
Not that far off.
Well, and you're always welcome in my house.
Thank you.
Yours, your home, or mine?
Let's go to yours.
All right, everybody. Emit this city to the air. We're out.
With that flash of energy, you are all pulled from the astral sea, away from the now dead city of Cognosa. Its long-standing, terrifying tragedy concluded. And we'll end tonight's episode there.